Well, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Stephen Wood to come up and talk about the next piece that we're going to be performing for you.
Thank you very much. It's so great to see so many people here at the Denali Music Festival this evening. So thank you all for being here. I'm very excited to be here. This is my fourth summer of musical adventuring in Denali National Park, and it's a great honor to be having a premiere tonight about the park. My first 3 summers were part of the Composing in the Wilderness Field Seminar, and the last week I spent all week backpacking in the backcountry, so I'm feeling very connected with Denali National Park right now. As a participant of the Composing in the Wilderness Field Seminar, the camp we stayed in was the educational camp out on the Teklanika River. And every evening I would walk out on the river, and at a time when the rest of the world was dark, the sun was just dipping below the horizon to the north. And I would look that way, and I would see the sun just creeping over the edge, and the twilight drifting over the sky. And I would look past in the other direction to the south, upstream, and I would see the mountains and where the Teklanika began, way up hidden behind the ridges in the Cantwell Glacier, and the mist creeping across these dark, twilight-lit mountaintops. And then I would think about how mysterious that was, and how quiet everything seemed, and how the air around me seemed just as still as the air that was 10 miles away in the clouds creeping across those mountains. And sitting there listening and thinking about where that water began, up in the mist, up in the tops of the mountains, and how it was falling, coming down through the mountains, and then formulating into its own river, and formulating from the creeks, and coming together, and then braiding out, and all that energy just falling down, and formulating into its own rhythm, and how it was just coming over the rocks, and the rocks were affecting how it was flowing, and moving across the broad gravel beds. And then eventually going out all the way down and eventually out into the ocean, and how it would eventually just rise up and go up into the heavens, and the whole cycle would begin over again. And how water just kind of represents this beautiful holistic cycle that we live in, and how everything, in our ecosystem is just really connected, and it can begin with water and rivers. And so this next piece that you'll hear is Teklanika, an emerald from Cantwell.